Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to solve find the town judge problem. So before I begin, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel so that helps you to perform well and succeed in your interviews. So let's get started. So in a town, there are n people labeled from 1 to n. There is a rumor that one of these people is secretly the town judge. So let's say you have a town and the n could be 10 people in the town or it could be 100 people in the town and they got a label such as names from in numerical way from 1 to 10 or 1 to 100. Now there is a rumor that one of these people is secretly the town judge. So it is a rumor, so there could be a possibility that there is no town judge and there can be a town judge. But if the town judge exists, then the town judge trusts nobody and everybody trusts the town judge. And there is exactly one person that satisfies properties 1 and 2. So the town judge has no trust on anybody in the town and everybody trusts that guy. Now you are given a trust an array of pairs such that trust of I is equal to a comma b, representing that the person labeled A trusts the person labeled B. And if the town judge exists and can be identified, return the label of the town judge, otherwise return -1. So we have given an array of pairs. Now let's get into one of the examples. Now here input is 2 and like there are two people in the town and the trust given by 1 and 2. Now 1 trusts 2 and 2 doesn't trust anybody, so the output is 2. And over here 1 trusts 3 and person 2 also trusts third person, so the output is 3. And in the third example you have 1 trusting 3 and 2 person 2 is also trusting 3, but 3 also trusts some other guy which is 1, so there is no town judge in this case, so the output is -1. And in example 4 you have person 1 trusting person 2 and person 2 trusts person 3, but person 1 doesn't trust person 3. That is why we written it as -1. So there is another example, I think you can go through it. So let's get into the approach and then we can understand the implementation for the same. So for this problem the approach would be the basic idea. Basically, if all the people trust one person, then his trust level will be n-1 as the label and or index. So let's get into some of the example, guys. So here see, now you have the people, there are three people in the town and among the three, two people trust one guy. So ultimately the person 3 has a trust score of n-1, which is 2. So if you find that case in the program, then you have to return its label which is as 3, else we can return it as -1. So let's see some of the steps. How do we understand and achieve this functionality? So in the step 1 we create a trust list with n plus 1 because there are n people labeled from 1 to n. So just to avoid the 0th index we could possibly create a trust list with n plus 1, and then we are going to iterate through the values in the list with our idea, with our basic logic that we have discussed, and fill up the trust levels in the trust list. So let's say if a person trusts another person, the trust level we can decrement by 1. So whenever you find in a town, let's say you have 10 people, and if a person among 10 trusts another person, then there is no chance that that person could be a town judge. So we can exclude him in our complete filtration of identifying the town judge, because basically they are not town judge. And in the second scenario, if all the persons trust one person, and the trust level will increment by 1. So we are going to increase the trust level of a person who got a trust from all the people in the town. So in that case, because that person will be a town judge and he does not trust anybody, so that will equal to n minus 1 count. So in the step 3 we just check whose trust level is n minus 1. If we found any label that has n minus 1 trust, we just return the value, else we return it as 1, sorry, minus 1. So let's understand briefly by picking up two examples from our lead code problem. Let's say you have an input 1 and the trust array of pairs is 1, 2 and 2, 3. So we create a trust list as we discussed in the step 1, and then we are going to iterate the values. In the first case, the person 1 trusts person 2. So in that case, we are going to decrement the label of person 1, which becomes minus 1 here, and the person 2 got a trust from another guy, so we increment the number by 1. Similarly, for the second array, we check person 2 trusts person 3. So in this case, we find person 2 is trusting some other guy, so we are going to decrement the value. So earlier it was 1, now it got decremented to 0, and person 3 got a trust from person 2, so it got incremented by 1. Now we are going to check as per the step 3, where is there any trust level which is equal to minus 1. Here 3 minus 1 2, we do not have any label that equals the input n minus 1, so we just result it as minus 1. So in the second example, we have 4 people and array of pairs. So for the first array, we create a trust list similarly, and then we check person 1 trusting person 3. So in at each point of time we decrement some label and we increment any other label in the complete trust list. So here we are decrementing first index, which is label 1, and we increment the value for person 3. Again, person 1 is actually trusting two people, 3 and 4. So earlier it was 3, now it is 4. So we again decrement it and we increment the number 1, which is fourth index. Again there is another person 2 is trusting person 3 again. Now slowly the person 3 is getting more trust, and this is second index. We do it, we make it to, we decrement it and we increment the number 3. Again number 2 trust number 4, again we decrement the number 3 and then we increment the number 4. Finally, the number 4, the person 4 is trusting the person 3. So in this case, the person 4 gets decremented from 2 to 1, and the person 3 gets an increment from 2 to 3. So finally we check whether this label 3 is equal to n minus 1, which is true, and we return the label. So this is the approach, guys. So let's get into the implementation part for the same, and it is fairly simple. So initially you create a trust list which is all zeros, where the trust score is 0 for that array of pairs, and then we are going to iterate the trust, by which we pick the zeroth index of an array of pair and first index of an array of pair, and for this every zeroth index is labeled as a trust given to the first index of the pair. So initially we decrement it for the zeroth index and we increment by 1 for the first index. Once we traverse through all the array of pairs, we are going to make an other for loop to find the culprit, to find the town judge person in the complete list. And whenever we see that the trust list, that the town judge equals with n minus 1, we return the label, else we return it as minus 1. So this is the program. Now let's understand the time and space complexity for the problem. So initially the time complexity would be O of t plus n, and in big O terms it derives to O of n, just because we are iterating through the complete array of pairs, and trust lists come from the length of trust list that we try to increment every time. And the space complexity would be O of n, like we create a trust list which is the length of all the array of pairs that we get. So the n value that we usually get the number of people in the town. So let us submit this solution and check if it gets accepted. And one more thing, guys, I think this is a fairly story driven problem, so this kind of problems has to be encouraged a lot by lead code, so that it keeps more engaging to the person who is solving the problem. So I think this is a good way to derive the problem, and then we can actually try to understand and solve it accordingly. Yeah, so the submission has been accepted. I hope you guys are able to understand the approach and the implementation part. If you have any questions, you can comment down in the video. I'll try to reply them as soon as possible. So if you are visiting for my channel for the first time, guys, just click the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon for further notifications. And yeah, I think this is good enough for this video. So thanks for watching. See you next time.